In this screencast, I'm going to show you how to create groups in your Moodle course. So if you want to set up separate groups to do different tasks, then we can do that. I'm also going to show you how to then send a message to that particular group, or send a message to all the students in your class or all the staff on your course. So the first thing we'll do is set up our groups. I'm logged in just into my practice site, and I've added a few members of staff and test students and stuff into my participants. So to check out who is on your course, you have a block called People, and in there is a link that says Participants. If you click on that link, it'll take you through to this screen. So I'm looking at the minute at all participants, and I've got 7 participants. I can change this to look at only the students on my course. So I've got 4 people class of students on the course, and I can also change it to look at the staff on my course. And so that's the staff on the course, and I'll go back to all. Okay, for me to set up a group, I'll go back out to the site, and in the administration block you've got a link that says Groups. If you click on that, you get to this page. So the first thing we have to do is create the groups we want, and then we put the members, who we want to be in those groups. We have to move them across into the particular group. So I'm just going to click Create Group down the bottom here, and I'll call it Group 1. And that's all I need to do. It's Group 1, and I'll just save the changes there. And so I'm going to create another group that says Group 2. And save those changes. Okay, so what I need to do now is, you can see in each of those groups we have no members in either of the groups, and in brackets is the number of members in there. So in Group 1 I'm going to add some of the users. And see, these are the potential members we looked at earlier, the 7 people that are on my course. We've got staff and students. So I'm going to say Colin, Gerard and Stephen, and I can click Add to move across. Now to select multiple users like I did there, I just clicked on one of them and then held down the Control button on my keyboard and clicked another. So if you've got a big list in your group, instead of having to do each one at a time, you can hold down Control and move them across. Okay, but I'm happy that's the amount of people I want in that group, so I can click here, back to Groups. And we now have Group 1, there's 3 members in that group. But that doesn't mean that the other 4 are automatically assigned into Group 2. They're not in a group yet. So I want to put those other 4 into that Group 2. Now we can see we could add people into different groups. So Colin here is already in Group 1. We could put him in Group 2 as well. But I'm going to keep them all separate. So it would be Graham, Test Teacher, Annette and Student Test are going to be in Group 2. And so I just click Add like I did before. And then back to Groups. So we now have 2 separate groups set up. Something to be aware of here: if you're looking to set up, for example, assignments and have it only so that certain groups can do those assignments, you would need to go into a section here called Groupings. But we'll do another screencast for that. So if you do a search for the screencast for groupings, then I'll show you how to do that and how to set tasks for particular groups in that course. But as we set up those groups, what I want to do now is show you how we can message the groups and how we can message individual people through their email, through Moodle. We go back up to this participant list up here and click on this link, and it takes us through to this page again with our different people in here. Now you can see at the top here where it says visible groups. I can change that so it's Group 1, and so it's going to list me the people that are in Group 1. or is going to list me the people that are in group 2. I could also say all the people that are in group 2 but have the role of a student. And so that's going to filter that even more. But I'm going to say everyone in group 2, and I want to send a message to everyone in group 2 here. Okay? What I'm going to do is select all, and that will just put a tick box in each of these boxes. And then with selected users, I can add or send a message. Okay, so my message, so it's just, hello, this is a message from Moodle, please ignore. And I'm going to click preview. Now we can see the selected users that this message is going to go to. I can click preview, and it'll show you how it looks. This is a message from Moodle, please ignore. And if I'm happy with that, I can click send message. If I want to change it, I would click update. So I'm happy with that, so I'm going to send message. Okay, so since selected users have been messaged, and the recipient list has been reset. If you get errors coming back at this point that say SMTP error and then the student's email address or something along those lines, it's because the students haven't accessed their college email address. They need to access their email address to make that email address live, and then the messaging will work and be sent through to their email address. That's why that error comes up. So if you're getting those errors, note down what students they are and have a word with them and say you need to access your student email address because this is how we're going to be sending messages through Moodle. And that's how to set up groups in Moodle and then send them messages.